Well, good morning. I'm David Combe with the CBS AM debrief for Tuesday, the 30th of November, last day of the month, before we supposedly into summer, although it doesn't look like that. Looking out here at the weather here in Sydney. Anyway, market action last night. Big standout was Europe, which all down across the board pretty much. From Stockholm and Switzerland, it seems, 2+%. Yeah, not a particularly attractive looking set of numbers there. Europe, on the other hand, which of course opens up after Europe, did get sold off a little bit. In the case of the Dow, down about 39, S&P 500 down 1.64, and the Nasdaq down 9.34. So yeah, those figures here in Europe, probably the Euro Stoxx 50 down the most, although no, the FTSE MIB, that's the Milan exchange that was taken over by the FTSE there, 2.67. Let's have a look at, just have a quick recap on yesterday's market action in our region. The Nikkei up 86, Hang Seng up 288, and we did in the end, after a fairly sort of topsy-turvy day, managed to close up there in positive territory. At the moment, though, we're looking like we're going to be pretty much flat today, pointing up 5 points here on the SPY. Hang Seng 393, and the Nikkei 225 down 50 points. Have a look at our commodities, with natural gas not putting in a very good showing overnight, down 4.23%. For the people that are holding the natural gas warrant, we're still above water here, so that's probably the main thing. I think we're about $1,000 in profit there, but looking for a bit more than that. So hopefully onward and upward, but yeah, a little bit of a pullback there, which is disappointing. Crude up nearly $2 to 85.72. Then coffee at 202.65, corn at 553 1/4. Cotton at 115.76, wheat at 690.5, and sugar at 28.35, soy at $12.35, oats 349.50, and rough rice 13.42.5, and wool at $10.03, up 3 cents, copper at 376.70, and gold up at 13.69 now. Silver 27.20, and the currency crosses. Euro's buying 1.3123 US dollars, the pound 1.5574, and the US dollar is buying 84.2725. So that's starting to really move along here. I know Jonathan's been talking about that in his tweets, and that's one of the trades that he recommended some time ago. Looking pretty good at this stage. Aussie off a little bit further, now 96.37 US cents, and the US dollar is buying 1.0181 Canadian dollars and 0.9996 Swiss francs. Take a look at the calendar for today. We can see that most of the data out today is of medium significance. We have had some Canadian current account balance, with the actual figure coming in at negative 17.5 billion, forecast 15.5, and the previous 13.08. Then we've got some data out of Japan, household spending, jobless rate expected to stay at 5%, through to consumer confidence out of the UK. Our current account balance, the forecast is negative 6.6 billion, and the previous was 5.6. So that's expected to blow out there $5 billion for Q3, if I'm reading that right. Private sector credit, a little bit more data out of Japan, Europe, and Nomura JMMA Manufacturing Purchase Managers Index for November, and that about, no, it doesn't quite wrap it out, with some Swiss consumer indicator, and Eurozone German unemployment. The expected figure there is negative 20, previous was -3, and the unemployment rate's expected to stay the same at 7.5. And those CPI figures there are all much the same as their previous readings. Take a look now at the Falcon Trader, and just looking here at the US dollar, expand that out a little bit. That has continued to push higher here, so we're now back above that 80-cent level, well and truly, up at 80.86. Next stop could be around the 82 level if we continue to push higher there, I would imagine. What's that done to our euro US dollar pair? Well, it's continued to break lower underneath this trend line, which we can probably just make a smidgen down there, and it is now looking like it's actually broken clear of that. And so perhaps one more trading session below that, and we can be fairly confident that it has broken that trend line. Well and truly hasn't just pierced, penetrated it. Will retreat back up. At least that's the way it looks to my eye. Let's also have a look at what gold is doing against the euro, and we can see that that's jumping right up here to test those highs that were made during the last crisis on sovereign debt in Europe back around June, when we had the problems with Greece and so on, and yeah, getting very, very close up there. Another $11 odd, and we'll take out that high at 11.50, and then who knows from there. Quick look at the Aussie. I think talking about this the other day. We have now pierced this inner upward trend line, and an open below that would indicate certainly that we have again broken this upward trend line. So it's some fairly key levels, a couple of the currencies here, and that head and shoulders formation is really looking like the right shoulder is going to come off here. And I think we were looking at levels around 95 as the next potential port of call. Okay, well, that's it for me. Thanks as always for your attention. Hope you found that worthwhile. And until next time, and until I can turn this recording function off. There we go. Bye for now.